Welcome to Tea Time Trio. I'm your host, Dave, here with your two other hosts, Jane and Geoffrey. How are you both doing today?
I'm doing great. You know what, Dave? I just have something to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing great.
Glad to hear it, Geoffrey, or however else I can pronounce your name. Geoffrey.
It's actually the second
Geo.
one. It's just Geoffrey, actually.
Joffrey.
Yes.
Joffrey. I'll try and remember that. Joffrey. 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 Jane, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty badly, actually. You see, I lost about 15 cats last night.
Seriously, how are you losing those cats?
They were sucked up by a tornado.
I'm
Wait,
so
you
sorry
get
for
tornadoes?
you. I'm so sorry. That must be awful.
It must be hard to get a tornado in England. I mean, you're surrounded by water and
Oh, it's more
how
common
does that
than you'd
work?
believe. Trust me, it's more common than you'd believe.
Yes, and you don't want them to reach the water, otherwise it turns into a tsunami. And
Wow.
worse.
Never thought of that. You're just on an island alone.
Alone?
No.
Loneliness is my greatest fear. Why do you think I have so many cats, Dave?
I guess I never thought about that. I can come visit you. Me and Joffrey come keep you company.
Thank you. That would be much appreciated.
All the cats.
Especially since I now have a little bit of space left in my house since my cats are gone. Although I still have 208 left.
Well, yeah, I maybe have to enter your house with a gas mask because for all you viewers out there, I am allergic to cats.
Oh, really? No.
Yes, I put my face close to a cat and then instantly I start tearing up.
That's terrible.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Jane. Now, our question is, what are your opinions on dyeing your hair different colors, green, blue, pink, etc.? Now, I could pick a lot of different colors, but since three are highlighted specifically here, I'm going to choose not one, but two of the colors. For me, I don't want to dye my hair just green or dye my hair just blue. No, I want to mix it. Green and blue, people. Let's go. Just like a blueberry patch on my head, blue and green mixed together, kind of walk out and just show people, here's my hair. But don't eat it because it's not very nutritious. It's just dead cells, okay, guys? Yes. Now, Jane, what would you dye your hair?
Well, you see, my hair is already dyed. It was starting to go grey a bit early in life, so I decided to dye it dark brown. And I quite like it, although it's very annoying that I have to keep dyeing it over and over.
So how old are you?
Why does this matter?
I don't
Because I'm
know.
going prematurely grey.
Yes.
Dave,
Most
I
women.
think you need to be a little more sensitive of this. I think it's a little bit of
I
a
think
sensitive subject.
I
So
think
you know
it's
what? I feel it would be better for everyone in this situation if we just moved on
well,
from this
always
sensitive
we're
subject.
okay. What color would you dye your hair?
Well, I would dye my hair personally no color except the one that I have, which is red, of course, as is widely known. I believe that so much of my identity and my wide recognition in the culture is based upon my hair color. And if I were to change that, it would be almost as drastic as cutting off my head.
I understand that, Geoffrey. Okay, we're moving on to our topic, which is New Year's resolutions.
Jeffrey, do you want to take this one?
So yes, I'll take this one. As we all know, it's a new year, and with the new year comes New Year's resolutions. Now, mainly, since this is Tea Time Trio, I'll talk about the one that's about food. So I had this New Year's resolution to bake. And of course, I wanted it to be specific, so I didn't merely stop at that, but rather I decided to bake scones every single day of 2021 So 365 batches of scones, one for each day of the year. And currently, I mean, it's been going great so far. I've been able to bake orange scones, lemon scones, blueberry scones. So yes, I've baked some scones, and I hope to bake many more throughout the rest of the year. So that's my primary New Year's resolution.
That is wonderful, Jeffrey. For I don't know, a month or two to taste your scones. And in America, we have high standards for desserts and other goodies. So yeah, I can taste them. You wouldn't say no to that, would you, Jeffrey?
Of course not.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, now Jane, would you like to take the question next?
Yes, well, you see, my resolution this year is to use my own garage because normally by accident I drive into my neighbor's to tell which house is whose when my car is filled with cats and they're all jumping around, riding on the steering wheel and in the seat next to me, and I can't see a thing. So I just pull into the nearest garage and then my neighbor comes out all upset, like banging on a pot and yelling at me and saying, "You're in the wrong garage." And so then I back up and I go and I drive around the neighborhood till I can find my own house again. It's quite an adventure. I'm surprised that the police haven't been called on me yet. It's just a matter of time.
So your New Year's resolution is to not go into someone else's garage, not
Yes.
garage, garage,
Yes, to use my own garage.
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 Precisely. Thank you, Jane. Okay, so my New Year's resolution might sound a little bit weird. So, you know those pesky things on your vegetation that you go outside? Those little bugs that munch away on everything living, all those tomatoes, blueberries, all fruits, all the vegetables that they munch away, slugs. Slugs even eat vegetables and different nutrients. Well, my New Year's resolution is to let them have their full. No more do I go outside with my bug repellent or my rake. No, I let them have their fill. They eat everything. It might sound hard, but when have you ever heard of aphids saying, "Feed the poor, help us"? They are always in chaos because they are always shunned away from every vegetation that they eat, sprayed upon, smashed upon, chewed upon. No more. Not for me. I'm letting their young eat for the first time in I can imagine many, many years. And I'm happy. Yes, my backyard is now overflowing with many, many of their nests and many different types of breeds. It's very, very interesting, but I am very happy, and that is my New Year's resolution, to be kinder to bugs that eat our vegetation.
I think that's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
I do have one
Thanks.
question though. You mentioned aphids and slugs.
Yes.
I'm sure that is a fearsome creature to behold, is it?
Yes, because you have slime.
Is it an aphid slug?
No, sometimes they call it a slug, but it's not a slug. You put the A and the slug together, mash it up. Slug, a slug, a slug. It comes in different breeds. A slug is actually different than a slug. It's very interesting. And a slug is actually much, much more vicious than a regular slug, but not more vicious than the ass slug, which will actually grow to about 10 feet. So, and about the width of 7 cars. So, you gotta be prepared. But no, I am not afraid at all. And they just normally climb up trees, and the trees may snap or anything, but they're very how should I put this? Squishy if they fall on you. But yes, it is fine. has been staring at me very, I don't know, with a gleam in its eye. It just looks like it's going to devour me. Yes, Jane, very interesting.
Sounds terrifying.
Thank you for listening to Tea Time Trio. I'm your host, Dave, with your two other hosts, Jane and Geoffrey. Goodbye.